What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Predator Series 7 Big Red Predator figure. Such a badass looking figure. So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Just got this figure in the mail the other day, and I'm really happy I finally got the Big Red Predator figure for my collection. This is one of the Predator figures I've been really dying to get, but he's really expensive. He's around like the $100 range. Same with the City Hunter Predator. I was either going to get Big Red or the City Hunter Predator, so I decided to get this one because he just looks freaking awesome with those samurai swords, and the red armor just looks so freaking cool. But let me show you guys the packaging first, then we will get into the figure review. So for the packaging for Big Red, he comes in basic NECA Predator packaging, but just like Wasp Predator, you get the picture of Big Red right there, looking really cool. On the top right it says Big Red Predator. On the bottom you get a really cool image of the figure right there, and then it says Big Red Predator. New and improved articulation includes interchangeable hands and 2 katana swords. And then the back of the packaging right there, you get some really nice artwork of Big Red right there. And then it says Big Red Predator, the other figures in Series 7. And if you would like to read the bio, pause it now and you can read it because the Predator bios are really cool. But anyway, that is the packaging for Big Red. Let's get the figure open and get into the review. Alrighty, so starting off with the accessories for Big Red Predator. He comes with some cool accessories. I love that he comes with some interchangeable hands. That is always a big plus for me with any figure. And I really love that he comes with his 2 badass katana swords, samurai swords. Of course, he has the sheaths as well. But he comes with a pair of open hands right here. And they're very easy to interchange. Just pop the hand off at the wrist and then just pop the interchangeable hand on there. They're sculpted and painted well. Basic open hand for a Predator, but I like how they gave it that like wet type look. It's pretty cool. They use like a clear coat type paint, I guess, to give it that look. Looks really cool though. You get a pair of these open hands, and then you also get a pair of gripping hands right here. And he grips the swords very well with these hands. And I think this is the basic gripping hand for a Predator. Sculpted and painted well also, and it does have that wet type look just like the other hand, so you get a pair of these open hands as well, so that's pretty cool. And then of course, the best accessories he comes with right here is his 2 badass katana swords right here. Really cool looking swords. And the reason why they are very small compared to him is because he did get these from an actual samurai. He did, I think, defeat him in battle, if I'm correct. I think that's why he has these swords. He defeated a samurai, and I don't know if the samurai gave him the swords or if Big Red Predator took them for himself, but the swords look really cool. So these swords are meant for a human. It's just the Predator has them because he wants to be badass. But I really like the metallic silver that they use for the blades. Looks really nice. It looks like there's like a little bit of like gray paint or something in there. And the other side of them, pretty much the same thing. And I really love the red handles right there. Really cool looking. Very cool katana blades right here. And you get a shorter one and a longer one, just like a samurai. And he does have the sheaths right here. And the sheaths are a nice like brown color, and then they have like a red wrapping to tie around to connect the 2 sheaths together, and then there's a little bit of silver paint on the ends and right around there as well. But the swords fit in there perfectly fine. Just sheath this small sword. Come on, you bloody bastard. Be careful when you put it in not to break it. Like hold it close to the entrance of the sheath right there, just to be on the safe side. But they look really cool when you have them sheathed up. Really cool looking. And he does come with his wrist blades as well. but he is a little more unique. He has them on his left hand instead of his right arm. So I said hand, on his left arm instead of his right arm. And I like how they're gold. That is a really cool touch right there. They might have looked better silver, but it does match the color of his skin, so that's kind of cool. And the problem with mine, right when I took Big Red out of the packaging, these are very loose and like flimsy, and it really annoys me. The right one right here just flung right out when I took the figure out of the packaging. I was able to kind of get it back in there, but it just feels very loose and flimsy, and it's, see what I mean? How it's just like all around everywhere. Like, what the hell is that all about? I wanted to try to see what I, like, what the frick? Just be careful with these. I like the newer ones that came with the City Hunter Predator. A lot of Predator figures have those, but he also comes with this like trophy necklace right here as well, with some skulls of some creatures, little animals or something. So that's pretty cool. I know this comes on the Jungle Hunter Predator. He is the Jungle Hunter Predator body mold right here. But anyway, that is the accessories for Big Red. Let's move on to some comparisons. So now moving on to comparisons, Big Red stands a little bit under 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall, so he is in great scale with the other Predator figures. I think he is my shortest Predator figure though, but really no big deal. I think he fits in great scale with the other Predator figures. Over here we have the SH Figure Arts Vegito figure. He stands a little over 6 inches tall to the top of his Super Saiyan hair, and then there is Big Red compared to his clan buddy, Wasp Predator, and Wasp Predator stands about 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. He's a little bit taller than it, so you could tell he's a little bit taller than Big Red. And then over here we have the Predator 2 Stalker Predator, and he is almost 8 inches and 1/4 of an inch tall. He's just shy of it, so he is the tallest out of all 3 Predators right here. And then over here, of course, we have the SH Figure Arts Broccoli figure, and he stands a little over 9 inches tall to the top of his crazy Super Saiyan hair. But anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on. So, moving on to the paint and sculpt of Big Red Predator, I think NECA did a great job with this figure. Even though it is just a reuse of the Jungle Hunter Predator, it is pretty much just a repaint, but I love the color of the red that they chose. It looks really, really cool looking. Very, very nice red color. It's just pretty much a basic red, but I really like the way it looks on this Predator. And throughout all the armor, there is like a black wash going throughout all the red in the armor, so that is really, really cool too. But he does have the Jungle Hunter Predator mask as well. Pretty much just a Jungle Hunter Predator, just a repaint. But the mask is very, very cool looking. If you look closely at it, you could see like where they did the black wash all throughout it. But they just did a little bit of it, not like overdosed with it or put too much of it, just a little bit of it, which is pretty cool. I like these black lines right there by the eyes. And then up here as well. I mean, they didn't just make it red and that was it, you know. Then you get like these yellow pearls or gems or something in there, which is pretty cool. Just another little thing added onto the mask to not make it look so plain. And then you get the target lock-on mechanism right there, which is pretty cool. I like the black eyes. It has that mesh type look, which is really, really cool to me. Really cool looking. What a badass mask. I love the Jungle Hunter Predator mask. So awesome. And then he has, I guess, like medium-length Predator dreadlocks right there with those gold, like, things that tie up dreads or gems or gems or jewelry or whatever you guys want to call it. I don't know what they're called exactly, but like I said, he is the reuse of the Jungle Hunter Predator. The skin color for this guy is pretty much yellow and brown, and then he has black dots and specks all throughout him as well. You get the netting painted there as well. You get a cool strap for the armor. Same armor as the Jungle Hunter Predator and Wasp Predator and Renegade Predator. But all throughout all the red armor, there is a very nice touch of like black wash. So that is really, really cool that they did that. They didn't just make it just red and that was it. They just added on that little bit of black wash to make it look that much better, which I do appreciate a lot. But very cool looking. Then you get his wrist blades right here, gauntlet blades. And they're not just silver, these ones are gold, which is pretty cool. It does kind of match his skin. I think maybe it would have looked better as silver or maybe black. But the gold's pretty cool, it's unique. You never see a Predator with gold blades. And like I said, the right one right here popped out right out of the packaging. I gotta figure out how to fix it. But what else is new about this Predator is probably this like belt piece or loincloth belt that holds his katanas right here. It's a nice silver right here and then like outlined in red, but it's not painted perfectly. It is a little sloppy, but I mean, what can you do? It is painted a little better up here, and that design is actually really, really cool. And then under it you get the basic Jungle Hunter Predator loincloth, but he has the red over here on the top of the belt, and then the crotchal region. And then over here it's just brown on the back of the loincloth, and then over here with the, I guess, belt right there, you see like a buckle, it's painted silver. See, it's cool that they just added in that little bit of silver on the belt buckle, and then they added silver on these little like dots around the belt too. So that's pretty cool. Even though it's something so small, it's just cool that they did something like that and didn't just paint it all red like some other figure companies that would have. Then you get his sheaths right there with his swords in them, looking pretty badass. And then the legs, typical Jungle Hunter Predator legs, just painted red for the armor, which is really cool looking with that black wash in it. Very, very cool looking figure. This is probably one of my favorite Predator figures, along with Ahab Predator. And then there's his Predator feet with his Predator sandals on. So pretty cool looking. Jungle Hunter Predator is just a reuse like most Predators, but they did a really great job with the paint. I love that red color. It looks really, really awesome on a Predator. But anyway, let's move on to the articulation and wrap the review up. Alright, so for Big Red's articulation, he does have the basic NECA Predator articulation, which is fine with me. His head is on a ball joint. It does go up and down. It does pivot and swivel, so you get great articulation up there. The waist is only on a swivel. I wish it was a ball joint, but oh well. The shoulders go up about 90 degrees. They do go up and down. Be careful of that cable not to break it. The elbows have a single bend, and then they do swivel as well. The wrist is on a ball peg, so it does swivel, and you can move it all around, so good articulation there. The blades, of course, move up and down. The legs kick forward about 90 degrees. They do go to the back quite a bit, and then they kick out to the side about 90 degrees, too. So pretty cool, and then they do swivel at the upper thigh. You get a double-jointed knee, which bends back a good amount, and then you get a ball peg at the ankle as well. It does swivel, goes up and down, and then does pivot. So good articulation for this Predator, which pretty much is basic NECA Predator articulation, which is fine with me. Just wish he had the ball joint instead of the waist swivel, but oh well, you can't always win. But overall, I do highly, highly recommend NECA's Big Red Predator figure. If you love Predators, or if you love NECA's Predator line, this figure is definitely a must-have for your collection. This is one of my favorite Predator figures. Ahab Predator being my favorite. Big Red is right behind him in second place as my second favorite Predator figure. You need to get this figure for your collection. You definitely won't regret it. He is very expensive though, but he does come with some really great accessories. You get 4 interchangeable hands, you get 2 open hands, a pair of open hands, and then you get a pair of gripping hands. And then also you get the 2 badass katana blades, katana swords. You get a longer one and a shorter one, and then you get the sheaths as well, so that is really, really cool. And then you get like a trophy Predator necklace of little skulls on there, and of course you get his wrist blades that are gold, so that is really, really cool. So the accessories are really awesome for the Big Red Predator figure. The articulation is good. It's just the basic NECA Predator articulation, so no complaints there. Besides, I just wish that was a ball joint at the waist instead of just a swivel. And then another one of my favorite things besides the accessories is definitely the paint on this figure. The sculpt, yeah, it's just a reuse, but I love the red paint on this figure, and they didn't just make it just red and that was it. They did add a black wash all throughout every red part on this figure right here, so that just makes the paint on the figure look that much better. And then I love on the mask how it's not just red, you get like black lines all throughout it, so it doesn't make it just plain Jane looking, and then you get like those yellow pearls right there, which is pretty cool as well. So definitely a great figure. He cost me $102 on Amazon. I did pick faster shipping, so it was like a few bucks extra, but he is between like 90 to like 105 bucks. So you can get yours on Amazon or eBay. I bought mine on Amazon. I think you can find them a little cheaper on eBay, around like 90 bucks or something like that. So if you guys want to get yours, head over to Amazon or eBay, and you can own Big Red for your Predator collection as well. But anyway, guys, that is my review of the NECA Big Red Predator figure. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then oh well, I don't really care. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Predator, what series, damn it. We're going to be taking a look at the NECA Predator Big Red Predator figure from the Batman, from Batman Dead End fan film. Shit, messed it up. But Big Red is in second place, because this is definitely a great, shit.